What's up, what's up? Welcome to the Boss Ladies Radio Show. Award-winning now, Spreaker Studios. Sponsored by Boss Ladies Inc. Cruise Control off the Magix app, mixed by DJ D-Ski. Let's go.
Gam DJ gam
What I speak,
Me gusta cuando tú me besas a mí, me gusta cuando tú me lo haces así. Quedo
There's no one I can turn to.
Be careful how you treat people on your way up, because you just might need them on your way back down. Father, lead me, because I can't do this alone. You gotta start hanging out with people who fit your future, not your history. More All Natural coming soon to Boss Lady Radio. Stay tuned. Three types of people to stay away from: the uninspired, the unexcited, and the ungrateful. Ain't going, Money Matt. Let that boy cook.
I ain't going, Money Matt. I had to go get it in. Now I'm just running bands. I had to go get it in. Now I'm the man. I had to go get it in. Now I'm just running bands. I had to go get it in. Now I'm the man. I had to go get it in. Run it up with the grams. Started crawling real slow. Took off from my stance. Started crawling real slow. Took off from my stance. Never looking back. That's why my checks come in advance. Killing every single beat. You thought I'd do freelance. Running up a check. A+ in finance. Haters throwing that shade. I'ma trip out to France. They love that hate. So the hate I enhance. People thrive off my drive. You don't know my circumstance. Never said I'ma make it, but I'm taking a chance. Like Russian roulette. This a game of chance. Go hard for the grind. Live strong like Lance. I had to go get it in. Now I'm just running bands. I had to go get it in. Now I'm the man. I had to go get it in. Now I'm just running bands. I had to go get it in. Now I'm the man. I am who I am. Making money, that's a plan. Took the little bit I had. Read up with my mans. Came back in July. Started rapping once again. Defecating on the game. Better get a bad pen. Stay making moves. I'm the man with the plan. Shout to my haters. Thank you in advance. Took the tracks that I had and I came back revamped. While they blowing smoke and your people just trying to amp. You ain't got what it takes, cause I'm the reigning champ. Every state I've gone, I've done set up a camp. Got people showing love, each post is man. Social media booming and I ain't losing again. I had to go get it in, now I'm just running bands. I had to go get it in, now I'm the man. I had to go get it in, now I'm just running bands. I had to go get it in, now I'm the man. I had to lose to learn how to get ahead. Champions weren't born to create it from playing the hand. Money on my mind, I had to take it from stand. Seconds keep ticking, but I'm looking at the hour hand. I ain't never gonna stop, been in plenty of jams. Lost a lot of money, been in plenty of scams. Don't get your head cracked, opened up like a clam. You can keep on searching, but here go the diagram. This ain't no pretest, this the final exam. Better tell the people they need to get with the program. Post another pic, I know you just did it for the gram. I ain't going on my mama, that's word to my fans. I had to go get it in, now I'm just running bands. I had to go get it in, now I'm the man. I had to go get it in, now I'm just running bands. I had to go get it in, now I'm the man. I had to go get it in, now I'm just running bands. I had to go get it in, now I'm the man. I had to go get it in, now I'm just running bands. I had to go get it in, now I'm the man.
Yeah, y'all. That was Money Matt Ain't Going. Got the whole joint down right now. We got a world premiere, Mo All Natural jingle by Zerda. You know what I'm saying? She will be coming to the Boss Ladies radio show coming soon. I ain't gonna tell you the date yet. I'm gonna do that on the announcement. So this is Mo All Natural jingle by Zerda. Let's go, y'all. Check it out.
And did I say she got sheen too? Got my inches looking like, ooh, got this more oil sheen on. And if your lips just ain't right, got that bomb, it lasts all night. Got that more lip balm on. Ooh, I can do anything. Yes, I can. With my
give my most body
Drip for sale, Nina Stacks.
Nina Stacks, yeah. I drip like a faucet. Yeah. Let's get it. Look, I got drip for sale. My pussy wetter than the wishing well. Bitches feeling hot, then I put them on chill. Bitch, you get popped like a motherfucking pill, for real. I do not play with these niggas, I son them. You never come for a bitch you in front of. So you must be feeling like I got one up. I'm not in competition, I'm running funds up. Ride through the city with the top drop. If bitches want smoke, tell them pop out. These bitches can't take a knockout. These bitches police, they cop out. They gangsta shit, they is not bout. None of these rappers lukewarm, they are not hot. Catch me shooting straight past to the top spot. I'ma keep it jumping like a bitch playing hopscotch, yeah. I got drip for sale. Drip. I got drip for sale, yeah. I got drip for sale. Those some little niggas with them bricks for sale, for real, yeah. I got drip for sale. Drip. I got drip for sale, yeah. I got drip for sale. Those some hood niggas with them bricks for sale, for real, yeah.
Drip for sale. Mama shake that ass off the Richter scale. She gon' fuck with me, get the tip for real. Hey, and it's blue crippin' like I'm crip for real. Hey, yeah. Ball like I'm Rondo. Instagram models in my condo. They do whatever for a follow. I'm in their mouth like a convo, but nah, I ain't eavesdropping. Nah, yeah, I call the plays, ain't no read option. All in the milli poppin', ain't dancing with the bag, now we ain't milli rockin'. I got drip for sale, yeah. Drip for sale, yeah. Drip. Came from Florida, all my niggas sell bricks for real, ayy.
I got drip for sale. Drip. I got drip for sale, yeah. I got drip for sale. Those some hood niggas with them bricks for sale, for real, yeah. I got drip for sale. Drip. I got drip for sale, yeah. I got drip for sale. Those some hood niggas with them bricks for sale, for real, yeah.
To terms with the fact that my future might not involve people I'm around now. I get tired of doing this every time I try something new. Sometimes I had to walk away from what I want to find what I deserve. I made mistakes in my life. I've learned from my bad choices. I'll know better next time. Don't mention a person's past mistakes when they're trying to change. That's like throwing rocks at them while they're struggling to climb a mountain. Yeah, let's talk about that. It's Thriving Thursday, y'all. Let's network tonight, right here on the Boss Ladies Live Radio Show. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another Boss Ladies Live radio show. Spreaker Studios, sponsored by Boss Ladies Inc. Welcome back to another show. Thanks for everybody that's tuning in, liking, downloading, and sharing the show. I know I've been gone for a while, so I'll just give you some quick updates. Well, for those that don't know, I just started a new venture, little part-time venture, and I'm working on it to further my business and stuff like that. Just working to build, just gaining more resources. And so it's new, never done it before. And just like anything else, you make a lot of mistakes starting out. Like, for instance, you're a first-time person you're a first-time parent, and it's your first child, and you make a lot of mistakes. And you may or may not beat yourself up. I know I do. I've been guilty of beating myself up in the past and really contemplating on it and dwelling on it, and just had a messed up day full of anger and upsetness for no reason. It's a reason. I'm not going to say for no reason. It upset me. Everybody reacts to different things differently. These thoughts have come from experience and also learning from what I've been through currently. But back to new things. You are going to make a lot of mistakes. And I was looking through some ideas, and I thought, well, a lot of people don't talk about making mistakes. We try to avoid them as much as possible. We try to make things as smooth as possible, meaning you want to be careful enough to make a mistake where it will destroy some things that you're working to build. In terms of making a mistake at work, there is some things you can do. There is some solutions to this problem. On top of that, I've been to a lot of places where you're new and you don't get a chance to really learn fully the job. It's very demanding at first. Sometimes you have to go in there and just go head first into it. You're not taught to go step by step. It's just a fast pace, and you're not catching up. And then when you do, there's another responsibility to take on, and you wasn't looking for it or expecting it, and you make a mistake. And so you don't want to make too many to get rid of, and you don't want to make too many to the point where you lose confidence and posture and then give up on it and quit. So making a mistake is a part of life. Making a mistake is it shows you that you're human. It does. It shows you that you're not perfect. And I know throughout my life, I've been, guilty of working on perfection, and it just doesn't work. At the end of the day, you're gonna make a mistake. Going into a situation knowing that you may mess up today, but it shouldn't spoil your day. It shouldn't get to the point where it's affecting your thinking, as far as going in there with a level positive head, and just do what you can do. And what you can't do, ask questions, humble yourself, remain professional at all times. It's a serious deal when you're non-emotional to a non-emotional situation versus when you're in an emotional state and you're in a non-emotional situation. That tends to be a mistake. But if you're not on that level of consciousness to come to terms of knowledge to know there's a time and place for certain things, then maybe it's time to plan out a structured plan where you are going to make a mistake, but it's not so big that it's going to, destroy or mess up a lot more than what it could have been. A lot of mistakes are small. Some of them we can kind of straighten them back out. All mistakes aren't to ruin anything. They're to teach us something. And a lot of mistakes are a blessing as well. But there's something you need to do after you make a mistake that works, whether at work or at home. Making a mistake is a part of what life's about. I believe through my experiences, I can't speak for everybody, that mistakes are letting us know in a small inkling way that we are moving forward in life. And it may be the hardest thing that you have to face. But at the end of the day, mistakes are lessons and levels. The 2 L's, lessons and levels. And I have learned that the baddest mistakes I've made have been the most promising learning experiences I've ever had, especially at work. Because now when I make a mistake and I know how not to make the mistake again, I can get better at whatever I'm working to get better at, if that makes sense. So I took some notes coming from a blog, Grammarly blog, and it was talking about what you must do after you make a mistake at work. And I figured this would go into the entrepreneur that has a part-time job, getting adjusted to that, and also working part-time as an entrepreneur and learning how to apply principles, what you're learning from your entrepreneurship onto your job and make less mistakes. The mistakes are going to be there because you're learning. Mistakes aren't there to ruin your self-esteem, your confidence, or anything like that. It's to show you how to become better at what you're doing. So be kind to yourself. Hey, I messed up. I take full responsibility. How can we fix it? Stop making rumors about you. You're not a bad person because you made a mistake. You just made a mistake. That means you're learning again. And if you're not learning, you're not living. And that's really the truth. And it has been the truth in my life for many, many years. And then have positive thoughts towards yourself. Okay, I messed up. Let's practice on this so I can get good at this. Take it as a weakness. Understand that it's a weakness. But don't let it cripple you. Don't let it get to the point where you're weak as a person. It's just a weak area. There's a difference. Know what's wrong, make a right. Know what's wrong, make a plan. Have no excuses. Take full responsibility and take care of you. Don't stress about it. Don't worry about it. Worry and stress is not adding a day to your life. Actually, it's subtracting it. And then apologize and start thinking about how to become better. And practice always does make better. And show solutions. And after that, let it go. It's steps to this. It's levels to this. You're gonna mess up. You're gonna fail at some things. That doesn't make you a mess up person, and it doesn't make you a failure. Follow the steps through. Find out what happened at first. What did you miss? And next time if it happens, what can you do to change what you didn't do the last time? And don't make yourself feel bad about it or guilty. It's just a learning curve. And I believe in the atmosphere right now that we're all going through a shift. We're finding out what was right was wrong, and what we found out was wrong was right. I know I am in my shift experience. That a lot of things I thought were wrong were actually right, and the things that I thought that were right were actually wrong. And that's a mistake as well. You were taught something or programmed by something that was not right. Or you were wrong about what you were seeing or heard. So on that note, let's get some EDU in our lives. What you absolutely must do after making a mistake at work. And we're going to find that at www.grammarly.com/blog/mistakes-at-work. And it says, you messed up on the job, big time. Now what? Making a mistake at work can be both horrifying and humbling. Not only does it leave you feeling embarrassed, but your professional reputation and credibility may hang in the balance. We don't do our best thinking when we're stressed or anxious, so knowing how to react before a mistake happens will prepare you to react sensibly. How to get a grip after you make a mistake. Before you react, take a deep breath. Remind yourself that every single one of us screws up at one time or another. Your phobias are a sign that you are human. You're not the first person to make a mistake on the job. You won't be the last. Be kind to yourself. For the conscientious, mistakes often feel like a bigger deal than they are in reality. If you're a perfectionist, you may be extra hard on yourself. In times of stress, your brain becomes your worst enemy. If you find yourself catastrophizing or leaning on negative self-talk, try a new script. Negative self-talk. I'm such an idiot. This is the worst. Positive self-talk. People make mistakes. Guess it was my turn. It's embarrassing, but I'll get through it. Although some jobs are expectations if you're a pilot or a surgeon, it's probably best if you don't make major gaffles. Most jobs aren't a matter of life and death. Let's say you made a noticeable mistake. You forgot your security code and triggered your building's alarm. Not only did the alarm blare, but the police showed up and nobody got any work done for much of the morning. Okay, that's bad. You're whoopsie inconvenienced people. And yet, although they may tease you for a while, everyone's okay. Exactly. Because my thing is this. If you're not wrote up, terminated, or suspended, you did a good job. Analyze what went wrong and prepare a solution. After you talked yourself into a calm state, but before talk to anyone about what's going wrong, analyze the mistake. What did you do or not do that caused it? Is there something you could do differently to prevent similar screw-ups in the future? If you're preparing to say, whoops, I messed up, you should only be ready to follow that statement with, here's what I learned, and here's how I'm going to fix it. If there's something you can do to remedy the situation immediately, particularly if doing so would mitigate some of the damage, do it. I once emailed a journalist, except that the person I thought I was emailing wasn't actually the one I sent the message to. Fortunately, I caught the mistake right away. I groaned and hit reply. I thought for a moment about how I recovered from this gaffe and decided that a touch of humor might win the day. Here's what I wrote. Example. Hi, Bob. Hey, look, I got your name right this time. Through the magic of Gmail's email address autocomplete feature, my message intended for Brian H. went to Bob H. instead. I hope you'll accept my apology for the screw up. I've learned a valuable lesson. I should double check email addresses before hitting send. We have a cool story coming up that I think will be a great fit for you and your readers. I'll be singing it your way in a couple weeks, and that email will definitely be intended for you. All the best, Karen. Of course, if the mail I mistakenly sent Bob had been something particularly private or sensitive, I would have consulted my supervisor before proceeding to this step. High-profile mistakes may require that you bring in others to help with the cleanup. Own it. After you've taken the time to analyze the mistake and figure out a solution, or at least a way to show that you learned something from your error, it's time to own up. Owning your error gracefully will go a long way towards salvaging your credibility. There's a couple of components. Don't make excuses. The worst thing you can do after you mess up is to make excuses or shift the blame onto someone else. Although it's important to understand and be able to explain what happened, you should make it clear that you're accepting responsibility. Making an excuse. I'm late for our appointment because the sales meeting ran overtime as usual. Taking responsibility. I'm sorry I'm late. I know your time is valuable and sitting around is frustrating. In the future, I'll make a point to excuse myself from meetings that run over so I can be on time for my next appointment. See the difference? One sounds more like a complaint than an apology. If you drop a whiny, I wasn't on time because on a colleague, you'll be asking them to deal not only with your tardiness, but with your negativity about meetings that run overtime. Skip the grumbling and get straight to apologizing. Apologize, but don't overdo it. Be sure not to go overboard with apologies. It's unlikely that whatever hideous sin you've committed requires you to repeatedly fall on your sword in a grand, overwrought mea culpa. In fact, apologizing too profusely can cause attention to minor issues and make them seem like bigger problems. Instead, make one simple apology to the appropriate person or persons and take time to do it right. No, I'm sorry, but the word but renders an apology meaningless because what follows it almost always an excuse intended to deflect responsibility rather than accepting it. Propose a solution. Here's where your analysis of the mistake comes in handy. After you apologize, offer a solution that will prevent the same mistake from happening again. It could be anything from an action plan to a simple takeaway you've learned as a result of the slip-up. How to handle the aftermath. If you handle your mistake well, odds are there won't be much of an aftermath, and that's good. But if you do make an error that could have lingering effects, it could be helpful to get some things in writing. Consider writing a post-mortem, breaking down the events that led up to the mistake, what was done to remedy the problem, and what you learned from the experience. When you document a mistake, you show your capacity for growth. Not only that, but you demonstrate an interest in helping others learn from your errors. Your efforts will contribute not only to mitigating any damage done, but to prevent future damage. Let it go. When all is said and done, when you've analyzed your mistake, thought through a solution, apologized, and documented your learnings, then the time has come to let go. Forgive yourself for the gaffe and then refuse to hang on to it. Lingering on your own mistakes only drags down your self-confidence and makes you less productive. You're human after all. Now go out there and give it your best. And that is our EDU for our lives. Author is Karen Hertzberg, updated on September 7, 2017 for our workplace. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't took no notes, play this back on pre-recorded after 10 p.m. Central and just take notes of all these steps you can take after making a mistake, period, in life and at work. So when we come back, we're going to do some quote for the day. Get on up out of here on this Thriving Thursday. Let's network. Let's go, y'all. Stay tuned. This is how we roll. Why? So lyrical.
One beat maker, the hit maker, the hit maker, the hit maker, the hit maker.
That's how we roll. Candy paint that we be sitting on chrome. That's how we roll. Blowing loud, that cush be bumping like bones. That's how we roll. Pulling up big trucks, we whipping. We don't give a damn if I else spin it. Middle finger up, yeah, zero bus, give it. That's how we roll. Candy paint that whip be sitting on chrome. That's how we roll. Blowing loud, that cush be bumping like bones. That's how we roll. Pulling up big trucks, we whipping. We don't give a damn if I else spin it. Middle finger up, yeah, zero bus, give it. Truck white like cocaine. Shit, I ain't got no license, but my partner like a whipping. Cause my ticket all righteous. Gotta do what I gotta do. Money is the mission, so I'm trolling like a fish. Catch me rolling through that tunnel, cause that tunnel was my vision. I ain't going back to broken, that's a hell of a decision. Hey, grind hard. Yeah, bitch, I'm so abrasive. When they're gonna get rough and your boy get tough, I ain't making no excuses. I ain't never been a loser, baby. I'm from the city where we go hard. And we know to keep a plug, cause you know we gotta stay charged. We keep insurance like we stay farm. So if it's your fault, your fault, better hope it's no harm. I'm breaking rules cause I have to. So if you're looking for the cash, I can show you to the path too. So make way, this a breakthrough. I'm from the Great Lakes, you can tell it from my tattoo. I'm not a boy, but I'm bad too. So if you fucking with my cash, that'll put me in a bad mood. And I ain't trying to stay mad at you, but I'm a nigga with an attitude. And that's how we roll. Candy paint that we be sitting on chrome. That's how we roll. Blowing loud, that cush be bumping like bones. That's how we roll. Pulling up, hit big trucks, we whipping. We don't give a damn if I else spin it. Middle finger up, yeah, zero bus, give it. That's how we roll. Candy paint that we be sitting on chrome. That's how we roll. Blowing loud, that cush be bumping like bones. That's how we roll. Pulling up, hit big trucks, we whipping. We don't give a damn if I else spin it. Middle finger up, yeah, zero bus, give it.
Check me out. I'm rolling out my top back, my switch out is packed with that sauerkraut. My wood white looking like cauliflower. I'ma ride that shit back, Mayflower. That Impala they can't tolerate. Fake compliments, trash that Smucker's condiments. My agent sweet and sour. She exotic, she erotic. Don't act like you ain't know. Man, she got red bottoms, y'all can't cop it. Y'all still go Kinko copy her. We divide the map and we blow. We go half a half of this soul. I got 2 bags, 2 stacks, 2 50 jack, 2 XDs. That's how we roll. It has to be silver or platinum or gold. We all be rocking desirable clothes. It's all access wherever we go. Y'all must be arriving, carry it slow. I don't know, but all I know, doors open and take flight like airlines. My rims rotate like our hands. That must mean showtime. What?
Candy paint that whip be sitting on chrome.
That's how we roll.
Blowing loud, that cush be bumping like bones.
That's how we roll.
Pulling up big trucks, we whipping. We don't give a damn if I else suspend it. Middle finger up, yeah, zero fucks give it.
That's how we roll.
Candy paint that whip be sitting on chrome.
That's how we roll.
Blowing loud, that cush be bumping like bones.
That's how we roll.
Pulling up big trucks, we whipping. We don't give a damn if I else suspend it. Middle finger up, yeah, zero fucks give it.
That's how we roll.
That's how we roll. That's how we roll.
Reality of it, Shako.
Inevitably, roulette, Lucifer said it to me. Guess what I'm forever to be? Blessed, I got it together, whatever the weather, you featherweights get it from me. Bet that it's coming, I pray to let it be me. You're gay, I'm sexual, heterally. Way too slow to be clever as me. Patience, slow, think you're better than me. And I'm breaking your nose with the cheddar, the cheese. Please, how can he possibly steadily breathe? You're thinking, you're blinking, you're missing your breathe. You're gritting your teeth, inflicting a man. It looks so easy, too simple to be. Faking, I bet it relates to the weight that it takes beneath the chest plate. It aches and pains, fuck the sun, I'll take the rain. Any day, give it up or state your claim. Give a fuck what state you claim. You better not get busted and state the names. Probably school and court just ain't the same, but things still get broke when you break the grain. I reminisce every time I take the train. Never turn dog shit, fuck that man, I'd rather just take the blame. I couldn't do that to my China plates. I really don't think I could take the pain. I'm never gonna buck from the weight of a badge, and I know they'd say the same. I'm never gonna buck from the weight of a badge, and I know they'd say the same. Is it any wonder that I can't no slack? Really just go back and over things related to the facts. Forever getting punished for the way that we act, and now I'm noticing how low it is, no Patriot Act. I sit back and think about the fallacies of it, how some are headed, circumstances granted, how do we cope? Gotta justify my own means, run out of these pockets, I need to stand and be aware that's the realities of it. Would you tell these kids of the city they're not shitty? Got frustration in the face and it's making them not pretty. Get on to get off and it's true, soon as they got 50. Been through the school of hard knocks and the bruises they got are with me. Blinded but they aren't lost and they've proven it time and again. The only crime is that they can't not, and they're losing it now and then. Claw their way up from the bottom and only for you to look down at them and ignore the true problem. Easy for you to be doubtful when majority rules, can't see the deceit, then you gotta be fools. Believe in the beast and not in your tools. Should be the deceased, so cold but not even cool. The riches you got, let a drop in the pool, but it's heated at the deep end, and these kids need a team to reach them. Break the ice, how long should we pay the price? You made the vice way too tight, like lips won't say who's right. Would you tell these kids of the city they're not shitty? Would you tell these kids of the city they're not shitty? Is it any wonder that I can't no slack? Really just go back and over things related to the facts. Forever getting punished for the way that we act, and now I'm noticing how low it is, no Patriot Act. I sit back and think about the fallacies of it, how some are headed, circumstances granted, how do we cope? Gotta justify my own means, run out of these pockets, I need to stand and be a man, that's the realities of it.
Make you love me, Luca.
Hey, yo, Beats by Dawn. Shit, yeah. Shiloh Dynasty, 2-5. They gonna have to turn us up, baby. Lionhouse Kingdom, baby. You already know what it is. Let's go one time. I can make you love me. Oh, I can make you love me. I can make you love me. I can make you love me. Yeah, that's right, that's right. Now listen, in the middle of the night, let me be the one to hold you tight. Kiss you on your forehead and tell you, baby girl, everything's gonna
be alright, despite the fact that we may fight, but opposites do attract. And this time round I ain't never letting love hold me back. I know I used to be afraid to love, used to not give a fuck, but baby you made me change. Like I'm going away to drugs, picking up that mic, doing 25 to life. But girl, I'll be alright, as long as you by my side, as long as you down to ride, as long as you provide that LOVE, baby, there ain't nothing ever stopping me. I'm doing 25 to life, but baby, I can make you love me, love me. Doing 25 to life, but baby, I can make you love me, love me. 25 to life, but baby, I can make you love me, love me. Yeah, I'm facing 25 to life. It's okay, you still been my wife. Let me show you all over this world. Start off with Canada, baby, back to Australia, down to the UK, finish off in New Zealand, back to the USA. Cause this is the plan, this is the clan. 25 to life for two, baby, take my hand, and I'll help you understand what really is the master plan. I'm doing 25 to life, but baby, I can still make you love me. Yeah, I'm doing 25 to life, but baby, I can still make you love me, love me. 25 to life, baby, love me, love me. I'm doing 25 to life, baby. I'm doing 25 to life, but baby, I can still make you love me. I'm doing 25 to life, but baby, I can still make you love me. It's that 25L.
Need a Love, Miss Fabulous.
Better buy, better buy, better. Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye. Better buy, better buy, better. I need a real love. I need a real love in my life. I need a real love. I need a real love. I need a real love. I need a real love in my life. I need a real love. I need a real love. Someone who I can be myself with.
For some reason, I was tagging my friends and it did not go through. But I did do a 9 p.m. tonight, you guys. So I'm sorry if you did not go through. That is so terrible. Today was just not my day. And that's why I had to make this show called Let It Go. It's just a mistake, you know. And, you know, I'm not going to make excuses. My phone is stupid sometimes. So I be thinking it be doing it and it don't do it. And then come to find out I made the mistake of not even pushing the welcome button. It was just all the way off today. So I thought I'd come in, make a show for my good people out there that love the show. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, don't beat yourself up about something you did wrong. Okay, you know it's wrong. Do it right next time. So, quote for the day, y'all. Climb the ladder. And we're going to find that at terrybradyblog.com/2012/18/com-the-ladder. And it says, climb the ladder. When I survey the wondrous cross on which the Prince of Glory died, my richest gain I count but lost and pour contempt on all my pride. I wrote the words to that old hymn from Isaac Watts in my journal while I fought back internal emotional pain. I wanted to pour contempt on all my pride, but it kept haunting its possessor. Then I decided to try to survey the wondrous cross. And I went into a little daydream that morning in my quiet time, which I will never forget. It was a daydream that forced surrender of my heart once again. In the distance, I saw not one, but 3 crosses on the hill. A crowd of people surrounded the base. There was noise, people's voices, but I couldn't understand what they were saying. I stared at the center cross as I walked closer, praying that I would stay focused on him, despite the distractions of this crazy surrounding world. I wanted to be one with the other people as he was one with God, so that people would know why he came. Yet I battled conflict in my heart. I wanted to survey that wondrous cross and leave the conflict behind. I saw guards, Roman I assume, in costume as the movies had portrayed. Some spectators on the hill were on their knees in a deep mourning wail. Others were shouting insults toward the cross. Others were simply walking away, not able to survey any longer. I looked at his face. Jesus' eyes were still open. He looked down on all of the people, the crying, the shouting, and even the leaving, and I remembered his words. Forgive them. They know not what they do. What wondrous love is this, that he could forgive even in agony. Agony caused by lashes of a whip tied especially for breaking skin on his bare back, while authorities held his flesh taut for maximum tearing. Agony caused by friends, even his closest, who had deserted him. One betrayed with a kiss, others with their departure or denial. Agony caused by a crown of thorns forced onto his head to pierce the skin while they mocked him as a king. Agony caused by taunting hours before, if you are so great, why don't you tell us who hit you, as they struck his blindfolded face. I imagine how he must have felt as people sang Hosanna at his coming to town, so grateful for his arrival. Then in contradiction, people screamed, crucify him, just days later, treating him like the criminals on the adjacent crosses. How did he restrain from fighting back? I wondered when I recalled his accusers bringing him to Pontius Pilate, telling the lies that he had denounced taxes and that he was undermining the government. Luke 23. He stayed focused on his message. He was the Son of God. When King Herod tried him, Jesus never even spoke, as if wrestling with the pig wasn't worth words. He was at peace with allowing God's will to be done through him. Why can't I do that, I wonder? Crucifixion, a slow, lingering electric chair of the era, was so cruel, so public, so naked. There was no way to look good, even as the Son of God hanging on that wood. Nails pierced his hands and feet. 3 men died that day at Calvary. One on the cross next to Jesus jeered at him, while the other in full belief said, Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. That is when Jesus told the ladder, I tell you the truth, today you will be with me in paradise. I broke out of the dream and thought back unto myself. I could see me saying, I'm kind of having a bad day here. My emotions are out of control. I'd really like some time on this cross where I don't have to deal with you people. Yet Christ had a message to relay, that heaven awaits, and it is waiting for anyone who believes, even in his last hour. My daydreaming continued, and I found a ladder. I sat it next to Jesus' cross and began to climb. I wanted to survey the Savior. The sweat mixed with blood poured from his body. I recalled his sweating blood during a deep prayer just nights before, through his closest friend's loyalty faded in sleep. I meditated even on him, asking his Heavenly Father for a change of the plan, yet what he wanted was that God's will be done. The daydream paused as personal thoughts came in. That's what I want. God's will be done. Yet so much conflict. How can it be? In my daydream, my actions continued. I wanted to get closer, to talk to Jesus as he hung on the cross, looking down on the people. Did er such love and sorrow meet? Came to mind from another verse of the same hymn. From his view, I could see his accusers and mine too. He died for them also, I was reminded. I leaned toward him to whisper, bringing my lips close to his ear, and tried to form words. Thoughts flooded my mind. Jesus, she won't return my phone call. Jesus, I am so jealous that I didn't get what I wanted. Jesus, I have been wronged and they are just going to make me look bad. A smile came to my face and self-laughter. What? I would never have been able to say that into his ear from atop the ladder. How petty, how selfish. He died for me. Can I not live a moment for him? After climbing that ladder to totally, truly survey the wondrous cross, the only thoughts that come to mind were unsaid, choked by tears. I am so unworthy of this sacrifice. I am so sorry. Thank you. He glanced in my direction as if to answer my unspoken words. I know it's why I came. As I snapped out of my daydream, tears flowed as I realized how petty my prayers had been that morning. He gave his life for me. Can't I live a moment for him? When my pride gets in the way, I climb the ladder. When I feel like I have been wrong, I climb that ladder. When I am jealous, I climb the ladder. If I am talking too much about myself, I need to climb that ladder. If I'm feeling perfect enough to start correcting others, I climb the ladder. If I am more worried about the scrutiny of man than the scrutiny of God, I climb the ladder. Are my thoughts worthy of whispering in his ear from the top of the ladder? Whisper in his ear about the parents who just lost their children this week. He cares. Pray to him about the woman lost in the dark world of depression. He's holding her. Ask him in his ear how best to be his testimony in this lost world, and he will be relieved to know someone read his words so they would outlast his agony. I had open heart surgery that morning. I surrendered. His will be done. He has the whole world in his hands, not my hands, and that is where it needs to stay. I pray this holiday season that we may be one so the world will know that the Lord above sent Jesus Christ as our Savior, John 17:21. He humbled himself to human birth in a stable. He submitted to baptism by another man. He washed filthy feet of those lesser than he. He died a criminal's death alongside heathen for God's glory. May we follow his example to true humility. I am above nothing. Peace on earth comes into our hearts when we can rest in God's will being done. And if conflict arises, even if only inside of us, may we climb the ladder to rise above the offense, survey the cross, and take time to whisper in his ear, thank you. And that is our quote for the day. And Easter is this coming Sunday. So I didn't even expect this quote for the day to be this good, but I'm glad that we know that we can climb the ladder, that when we're climbing the ladder, we're going to make mistakes. Let it go and keep climbing. And don't forget to say please and thank you, because it does go a long way. And I'm signing off tonight with that. That's really all I had to say. Good afternoon, morning, and evening. And I will see you soon. Peace.
We are now transferring you to a customer care rep. Please hold the line and we will answer your call as soon as possible. Thank you for choosing us. By the way, to ensure you're getting great service, your call may be recorded or monitored.